Hey guys, Kazny here, and welcome back to Football Manager 2024. This is my stream summary for the 29th of October. It was a bit of a weird stream, I started the stream just trying to theorise tactics of what I could shift to, and it ended up just dragging on through the summer and doing signings for said tactic. To start with, on the 1st of June, we took note of PSG's wage spending, which was 4.2 million. So that meant my wage spending limit for the coming season is 421,000 per week. That is a good, just shy, what, £68,000 a week extra. £68,000 a week extra. I'm probably not likely to spend that much because I think they might reduce their wages with a lot of sales in the summer. So my aim is to have about 400,000 roughly, give or take 5k, give or take a few £1,000s. That's my actual target, really. Just I don't want to really hit that limit and then be caught out next season if they spend less, because they do have a lot of players that they need to sell, and they have sold a lot of players. I'll briefly show you what they've done. If you look here already, their wage spending is already reduced by nearly 200k. They have sold a lot of players and got rid of a lot of players, loaned players out like Colin Buani, etc. Sold Solid and Kangan and Renato Sanchez, Mikelele. So they do have a lot of money to spend, and they probably are going to spend some of it. But I just wanted to be sure. So I'm going to probably go around 400,000. If you don't recall, the rules to the save are that on the 1st of June, the spending, it's taken from, it's 10% of PSG's spending, and it's frozen. So because they are now spending less later on in the summer, that doesn't mean I have to spend less. My number is frozen on the 1st of June. My number is frozen on the 1st of June, hence why I make this note there, created on the 1st of June. The tactical change that I discussed, we were talking for hours about it, literally 2 hours before the press continue. And in the end, I'm just going to go to a 4-4-2. It's kind of simple, but at the same time, I've not really played a 4-4-2 this year. I wanted to play two strikers, and I wanted to do a 3-2 build-up. So I wanted to do an inverted wing-back, something like an inverted wing-back with an IFB, or a libero with two IFBs. So I've gone for this for now, with an inverted wing-back. I wanted a centre midfielder that's going to burst into the box and score goals. I wanted some wingers, hard-working wingers. This has been kind of difficult to find. And I wanted like a DLF, but not like a big tall DLF. I wanted like a technically gifted DLF. So somebody who can drop deep into the space and make gaps on this right hand side for these two players to attack. And link up the play with an advanced forward, etc, etc. It might change, the roles might reverse in some scenarios, and the support and attack duties might change. I might also move the two centre mids into defensive midfield, play a Volante attack instead, and move that guy further back. There's a few little tweaks I could make with the roles, etc. But this was the baseline. I wanted to start with. It's a 4-4-2. I've done a lot of transfer activity because of that, because I had to rebuild the squad. Go to the transfer history. Players out, I've sold £28 million worth. I got £9 million for Lees Melu. I only got 4 million for Maxi Gomez in the end. I was selling him for 7, but he rejected contracts. And then later on, a few weeks later, I just struggled to sell him. So I'm lucky to get 4 million at this point. As on 3.5 rises to 4.4. So I made profit on them too. The downside was that because I got Maxi Gomez on a free, that is, he had 20% of the sell on, and then because Lees Melu has a 40% profit sell-on percentage to Norwich. He's an original player, so I didn't get the full 9 million there. I also only have 85% of transfer revenue. So the transfer revenue income hasn't been huge. But we made profit on them too. Huguenet made a profit on him. Hack, I got him for free, sold him for 2 million. Chardonnay was an original player, a captain, and like a youth prospect, a youth product. He was pretty much almost a one-club man, pretty much. I only got £2 million for him, but it was necessary. Kragard 1.8. This Siobhan was one of the Norwegian youngsters I signed. I got him for free and then sold him for 1.5 12 months later. He has potential and he's perfectionist, but I needed the money. I need the transfer fees. Aurier, 950k. Gunju for 375. Alexis Sanchez for 275. There's a little bit of wage contribution on that one. And some random guy leaving on a free. So I got rid of a lot of them, but there's also still a lot of players still at the club. In terms of signings, there was a major one to begin with. I signed Junior Krupi for the DLF. I was talking about the DLFs. I signed Junior Krupi for striker. It was a lot of transfer budget, 7.5 million, and it rises to 11.5 based on performances, appearances, French caps, and goals scored, etc. But for 7.5 million, to pick it up, I've never tried them, and I want to try them. And I think playing a DLF role, roughly maybe even false 9, I haven't really fully decided on that. He needs a lot of work. He's very low in the current ability, but the big potential. I've got to train his weak foot and just got to train him up. But I think he'll explode. He's already worth £20 million, and I spent 7.5 on him. There was a lot of big teams after him. All the top teams in the world were after him, and I managed to get him before they put bids in. Man City put a trial in instead of putting a transfer in. So there was Man City, there was PSG, there was everyone. So if he does really well, them clubs are going to be back. Them clubs are going to be back for him because they're clearly watching him. So I'm putting a lot of faith in a lot of growth there, and I do think it will happen because I've seen him grow on many saves. The other one, early transfer that I did was a backup right winger, Alex Dobre for 1.1 million rises to 1.7. Again, 50 appearances, like 600k after 50 appearances. Pretty good. It was a value for money. I had to jump on it quick. I needed right wingers. I had to jump on it quick. This forward runs with ball off and good with both feet. Obviously, strong right foot, quick dribbles. He's got like long shots and shooting. He's got some vision and passing. There's work rates in there. There's aggression, which is what I need. There's a few low attributes here, but it was a value for money signing. I can't spend £4 million on every player in every position. Some of the backups have to be cheap. Decent big matches as well, which is I kind of rate. So I think that would be just like a decent value for money signing, but I definitely need to upgrade it in the future. That's just because I changed the tactic and I need to do such big wholesale changes. The other signings so far, sort of high value. I picked up Yordanov. He's a centre midfielder, but I'm going to retrain him to the left wing. Again, I'd prefer him to be backup. Right now, he's the first teamer, but I'm going to retrain him to left wing. He's competent over there. Ball played into feet is not great if I want to try like a counter-attacking tactic with a winger. You want him to run onto the ball into the space, but that's a bit annoying. But again, I wanted the work rates, the teamwork, so I wanted some defensive ability, but not sacrifice like their actual ability to create chances. He's got like high decisions, etc., and good agility. So I think that would work out. But right now he is the first team. He's on squad player contract, but he's the best player I've got in that position. I'll show you why. Because I'm moving. The idea was to move Medrano, the left back, the Spanish left back, to centre midfield. But because I've signed him now, I could sell Medrano and get a first teamer and have him as the backup. Either way, I think when I need him or when I play him, he'll do well. He's had a good start in the friendlies so far in that position, and he can cover centre mid if there's a crisis as well, which is always nice. This Milosavic from Red Star, kind of average current ability, but he had a 4 to 5 star potential. He's 18 years old. He's eligible for this season to play in the under 19s. So we're going to run a fringe contract for 3k with a long wage. I thought to take a risk on him. Let him sit as 4th choice centre back. Let him play under 19 football every week. And then, sit on the trainer and be on the trainer, and hopefully there'll be some increases and maybe, play him in the odd match or two if need be. So I took a risk on that one. Hugo Net. I was going to put Hugo Net into centre back, but he got unhappy. So I was going to move him back to centre. Last season he was playing DM. I was going to move him back to centre back and try him at centre back, but he got unhappy, so I got rid of him. Seniko Duma. This is one of the options for inverted wing back on the right. This one's tough to sign for because I don't want like runs with ball down right. I don't want like gets further forward. it's going to be an inverted wing back support. So I just don't really want many traits at all, to be honest. It was hard to find anyone. You need to be fast to get back into the back four shape once possession's lost. So this was a value for money signing again. He's got great consistency. There might be a little bit more of peakier growth in him to just trigger. Just no weaknesses, no huge strengths apart from the speed. Obviously, the speed is a good strength for that money. But apart from the speed, everything else here is kind of like no weaknesses. No strengths, no weaknesses. Anything that I want is not below 12, you know what I mean? So that one, again, right now he's the first choice for that position. But I would like to find a first teammate and put him as backup. So far, I've kept Quateng as right back as well. But I would like to sell, similar to Majano on the left midfield position, I'd like to sell Quateng, and because he's worth about £3-4 million, and then buy a first teammate and have him as the backup. But we'll see how that goes. For left back, the inverted fullback, I picked up Imanol. This one was again very difficult because it's an inverted fullback. I had to sacrifice the aerial ability of the inverted fullback to get someone who's just very competent on the ball and playing the ball out in this position. I don't think they'll need good aerial ability. It would be nice if they had it, but I want them to be able to pass the ball out confidently and potentially just like play a bit more like a ball playing defender and carry it a little bit, without like fully dribbling the ball. So I picked up him. It was 2.5 million. Rises to 3 again. So I think it was very cheap for him and all. And I've still got Bradley Locko. I didn't, if you noticed through the sales, I've still got Bradley Locko as well. So it's going to be him and Locko kind of rotating on that position and see who performs well. Whichever one performs well, I'll keep, and the other one I'll sell after 12 months. So I'm going to go for that philosophy on that side. Lucas Ribeiro's the new centre-back, left-sided centre-back. So for this one, I've got Monterisi. I've got Monterisi for the right centre-back. Potentially put him as ball playing on that right centre-back position. So when the inverted wing-back comes in, this shifts to a back three. So the outside players, the IFB and the right centre-back needs to be able to pass the ball out confidently to the wingers, to the midfielders, etc. The guy in the centre, I just want a really good defender that can distribute the ball on a short passing game. So I just wanted a good defender, and I picked up this guy for 2.7 million. He was considered 4-star current ability. I think I've never seen him before, never tried him before. I think I'll give him a go. I want to give him a go. The weakness is that only 12 heading is a bit of a weakness, but he's not slow. He's quick. He's got 15 pace. 15 marking is really high for a player under £3 million. To find a centre back under £3 million with 15 marking, that is, competent everywhere else, is pretty solid. So yeah, really good mental attributes going on here. Really good mental attributes. He's big and can head the ball. He's quick and agile, so he's not going to be slow. Reasonable on that left foot. I would have preferred a left footer, but it's fine. Decent passing as well, so we can just do the passing out. The only weakness, like I said, is that one. Really, is the heading. But I thought I would pick that up. I think he was undervalued. Like 2.7 million, 20k wage, 4-star player, good league earned player. I think that's a good first teamer. I'm hoping that's a really astute signing. The next one is Dennis Hussein Basic. This one is a centre midfielder that's going to be trained to a right winger. 3.5 million rises to 4.5. This is another one similar to Yordanov. I'm going to retrain him to right winger. He's already accomplished now on right mid. Again, it doesn't really sacrifice too much on the speed and the dribbling, the explosiveness. It's not super high, but it's not terrible. But the advantage for him is he's very aggressive and brave, very determined, very good with the teamwork and work rate. He's got great passing and vision, good with his other foot. He's got to get forward where possible, technique, etc. There's still some growth. There should be some peak growth. Big matches consistency. So similar to the other side. Oh, great personality as well. Similar to Yordanov on the other side. I think they'll just be very good in compact pressing 4-4-2s. Similar to Yordanov. He's just a little bit better quality than Yordanov, I'd say. So he's going to be first choice on that right midfield. And again, he can cover in the centre if there's if there's a crisis. But he started exceptionally well in the first two friendlies. I've not really played great opposition, but he's been incredible. He scored some absolute bangers as well. So I'm thinking he might be quite good. I think that might be an astute, versatile, adaptive decision that I've made there. I'd like to think that's an astute one. The lowest attribute that's worrying is the 11 decisions. Sorry, 11 decisions. So it'd be nice if that could go up to 12 with his potential at least. But we shall see. And then the final signing so far is Diego Gomez from Lionel Messi's Inter Miami. This is the centre midfield attack that I was talking about. I wanted someone who can run into the box and get goals, while also, doing the all-round midfield engine play. As you can see, he's pretty quick. He lacks a little bit of stamina, but I think that's okay. He's got a bit of strength, etc. The 17 work rate is really high. Vision, teamwork. He's got a bit of off the ball. He's got, composure. He's only got 11 finisher, but he's got 14 composure. There's a lot of 12s here that could grow. He's only 22 years old. 14 passing, 13 tackling. Gets involved in the defending. Long shots. First touch, dribbling. 1-2s, which would be really good for a Volante attack or a CM attack, especially with the DLF and the advance forward. So we could play off the two strikers, doing 1-2s, running, overlapping them, etc. I think that would be on a really, really good signing. Only 16k wage, a 5-year deal as well. 4-year deal as well. 16k wage, with some room to grow. Doesn't have any consistency or big matches, and doesn't have the greatest personality. But I think he'll be a very, very astute player. The other player for that position is Højlund, who, funnily enough, has the 1-2s as well. So I think him and Højlund rotating in that position, Højlund being the backup for him, I think I can get some really good dynamic vertical play from them too. So they're the signings so far. This is the squad. We signed Lafont in January, if you remember. So we've got Lafont as the goalkeeper. Right now I've kept the backup keepers that I had last year, but I might change them later on in the window if I've got a bit of money left over. So the centre-back pairing is Monterrey Ribeiro. I've kept Jackal as a backup. When I used him last season. He was actually kind of really good at just basic defending. I was doing terrible last year, and he still got over a 7 at centre-back, and he wasn't boosting his rating by scoring corners or anything like that. So I thought, he had the long contract. He's got 3 years left. It wasn't like 2 years left. So I'm going to give him another go as backup. I'm going to keep him around as backup so far for another year. So yeah, we'll see how that one goes. The great consistency as well. So that one's been kind of just like an astute, extremely low wage, etc. Plays left and right. Yeah, so I've still got Quateng. He doesn't have any traits, but like I said, he's very similar to Due. I think what I might do is sell Quateng because he's worth 2 to 4 million, and find someone a little bit different. Maybe someone that's got a bit better technicals and mentals than Due. Maybe someone that's a little bit slower, like 13 acceleration pace, but might have better technicals. Maybe with a trait or two. Maybe someone possibly that has a stronger left foot. So that's on the cards. If not, I could just keep both of them and rotate them and see which one play. They're both on squad player. See which one plays better. It's not the end of the world to do that, but I would like to have a good player for that position. So that's a baby right now. Yeah, Loco and Imanol for left back. Madrano, I said I was going to train to a left midfielder. He's already competent there. And I think he would actually be a pretty good left midfielder in a 4-4-2. The problem is that, again, he's a 3-star player. And then Yordanov is a 3-star player as well. I think I would like a slightly better quality player for the first team. So I might sell Madrano, especially with interest. So if I can get £2 million for him, or £2.5 million for him, he's only got 2 years left on his contract. So I might find a new left winger. So I might get a right back and I might get a left winger. In terms of the midfield, I've kept Berggren. He's going to be the ball-winning midfielder. I've kept him for another year, and I'm going to move Sissoko, who played a bit more of an attacking role last year. He's going to be the backup for ball-winning midfielder. So a bit different to Bergwijn. So I'll have two ball winning midfielders that are a little bit different to each other. If you see, like, he's a lot slower, Bergwijn, and he's a lot bigger and taller. But I think Sissoko might be a bit more, like, a bit quicker, to sub on in later on in the match. Sub him on later in the match to be a bit more of an engine running around, like a nutter just tackling people. So I think transitioning him to, he might also be slightly better on the counter with the 13 dribbling. Transitioning to him to a ball-winning midfield, I think might be a good move. Because he did okay in a more advanced position. His shooting was just terrible, but he shouldn't really be shooting. But he did okay. I kind of liked him. He's kind of a bargain buy. French and perfectionist, and there's still a bit more growth, so I'm okay with that one. Like I said, Højlund is the backup to Diego Gomez. I've still got the third Norwegian that I signed because he's not worth very much. So I'm either going to I'm probably just going to try and load him out, and then hopefully his value will go up to like £1 million and then sell him in next summer. Or I might just sell him now. I haven't really decided yet. I'm not going to get a whole lot of money for him. Yeah, Dobre and Hussein Bazic as the right wingers. Doumbia, I'm going to move to striker. I played Doumbia for the last 4 matches of the season as a DLF. The last 4 matches, when I went on that good run at the last 4 matches of the season. Look at the Doumbia's goal contributions. 5 goals in 3 games. He was playing as a DLF. So I thought, if I'm going to play like a DLF or a false 9, I should keep him around. He's got professionalism. He's only 22. He's got 4 years left in his contract. There's growth there. 6k wage, which is fantastic. But yeah, I'll just show you that form that he had there. Which was really good against some decent teams. So he's the backup for Krupi. Like I said, I'm going to put a lot of investment into Krupi, but Doumbia's the backup. And then I've kept Roberto Fernandes for the more advanced forward, poacher, whatever you want to call it. But I need some competition for him. He is squad player. But I need another striker. He can also, well, I guess he's not really got good passing to play the DLF. But it would be nice if I can sign someone that can be both sides, just in case Doumbia doesn't have such a great season. It'd be nice if I could sign someone that could play both roles. So they're the 3 signings that I need to make. I definitely need to make that signing, a 4th striker, because I've only got 3 right now. And then the other 2 are potentially replace Medrano for left winger and potentially replace Kwarteng for inverted wing back. I currently have about 90,000 left to spend, about 80,000, let's say 80,000 left to spend until I've hit that the 10% challenge, which is quite a lot of money for 3 signings, especially if some players go out. So I don't really, I'm aiming for about 400k. So if I aim for 400k, it's about 70k left to spend. I've only got 9.6 million. And like I said, I can't get a whole lot of money. I could get maybe £2 million for Medrano and maybe like £3 million for Kwarteng. So that's £5 million. 85%. It's it's not going to be a whole lot of money, like 4.25 million or something. So to buy 3 players, 3 potentially first teamers, it's a bit tricky. I need to do some scouting for them 3 roles. Anyway, this video's gone on for quite a while now. I wanted to explain what I was doing in the transfers. It was quite a big rebuild. There's still, like I said, there's still finishing touches to it for the next couple of weeks before the season starts. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to doing it, tackling with a 4-4-2 and playing a bit different, and a few different types of players, and a slightly younger squad now as well. Also, everyone's around 22 to 25, quite a lot of them. That's good. That's like a nice age profile without them being too young. And yeah, I'm hoping for a good season. They want me to get mid-table again. My objective is clearly going to be, it's going to be trying top 9. So my objective is going to be the top 9. If it goes really well, maybe push Europe, but we'll see. But first, let's get into the top 9. This season has to be much better. But yeah, the Twitch link is down in the below description. I will be streaming the day that this uploads. I will be streaming later today after the Liverpool match. There's a Liverpool match tonight, IRL. So I will be on Twitch. So if you go follow the channel and come watch the stream later on tonight, like and subscribe to this channel as well. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you wish on YouTube. And I shall see you guys on stream later tonight or in tomorrow's video. Bye.